Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Funky Cold Medina DIY back again. This is gonna be the food portion of my channel, another one of my passions. Today we're gonna make some Firehouse green salsa. These are all the ingredients. You got cilantro, probably a whole bunch. You got 4 serrano peppers, 3 jalapenos, a half of an onion, 5 tomatillos, 1 lime. We're just gonna use half of it just for the juice. 3 garlic cloves, salt, ground cumin or comino, some black pepper, and I'll show you the secret ingredient a little later on. And you can adjust the peppers if you want to, depending on how hot you want it. This is just how I make it. This feeds about maybe 8 people. With these ingredients, you don't have to do a whole lot. Just make sure you wash them, and you don't have to cut them up in little pieces. We're gonna put it all in the blender, so there's no really finesse on how to cut all these up, but we will grill these first. I got the propane pit going right now. It's heating up. And we'll put these on the grill and then we'll go from there. A couple tips on picking on jalapeno. You can pick any one of them. I don't know if it's a myth or not, but these jalapenos here that seem to have, let me see if I can get it on camera. Yeah, right here. Supposedly these are the ones that are supposed to be a little bit hotter. So if they're all green, they're not as hot, but if they have these little marks on here, then these may be a little bit mean for you. So if you want it hot, get some of these. When you're picking out your tomatillos, they come in this shell right here. One thing you want to do is open up the leaf on the bottom and make sure there's not a big hole right here on the bottom, because a lot of times worms can dig a hole inside of the tomato. So if you see a hole in there, there might be a worm in there. So just be mindful of that. So with your tomatillos, just take the leaf off, just twist it off like that. And they have a little bit of a waxy substance on it, so make sure you rinse them off. Now for the onion, you can use a white onion if you want. I usually use a yellow onion, but I didn't have any, so I'm just gonna use this one. Just a real quick review on how to cut the onion. Always keep the root intact. I cut it in half. As long as you keep the root intact, it'll cut down on the sulfuric acid that releases from the onion, so that way it doesn't burn your eyes. So I've cut this in half. I'll cut the end off like this. Take the first layer off if you're gonna use it for like a dish or something, because the first layer is real tough. But in this case, we don't really have to worry about it, but you can take it off if you want. Okay guys, for the garlic, if your grill has grates that are a little bit too large, these might fall through, and you can place these on the grates by themselves if you want to. You don't have to take the peel off, just leave them like that whole. If you want, what I do is I put them on a piece of foil with a little bit of oil, olive oil, whatever you have, and just a little bit of salt. Just like that, and just wrap it up, and then they'll roast inside the aluminum foil, and you don't have to worry about them falling down. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and put the vegetables on the grill. If you don't know how to start the propane grill, make sure to turn your gas on first. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. This one's already on, but all the way to the left. I've got it preheated as hot as it'll go on these first 3 burners here. I don't need the other ones. And just a quick review on how to turn it on. This right here, this symbol here is your igniter. Since you already have your gas on, turn it to the igniter. You'll hear some clicks, and then it's lit. See right there? I'm gonna turn it off and then turn it back on just to show you. See? Just like that. All right, guys, go ahead and put our vegetables on there. We'll put the garlic on there. We'll put the jalapenos and the serranos. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn this other burner off. I just wanted everything to get hot, so we're just gonna use these 2 burners here on this side. We'll let that cook for about maybe 4 to 5 minutes, and we'll check on it. Be right back. All right, guys, let's check on our vegetables, see what they look like. This is exactly what you're looking for. See that char there? That's exactly what you're looking for. Just flip them over so they can cook on the other side. The tomatillos. Make sure you see how it's kind of yellow right here on the top of the tomatillo. That means that part is getting pretty cooked. It's pretty much halfway cooked. So we're gonna flip it on the other side and cook it some more. That's the color you're looking for to determine if your tomatillos are cooked. There you go. So we'll cook those for another 4 to 5 minutes, and we'll check on them. All right, guys, it's been 4 minutes. Let's check on them again. Tomatillos are turning to a nice yellow color. They're pretty much almost done. I would probably get just a little bit more char on the jalapenos. Probably let them cook for another 2 minutes. Yeah, we should be okay. These little ones are done. They don't take too long. So any vegetables that you have that are pretty small, like say for these Serranos here, they're done. They got a nice char on them. So go ahead and put them in a bowl. This one's done. This one go a little bit longer there. This Serrano here is done. Oops. This one here is done. This Tomatillo is done. That one's done. This one's done. This will go a little bit longer. This one's a little bit bigger here, so we'll let that cook for just a little bit longer. Probably another minute or two. All right, guys, last check. All right, everything is looking good. Let's go ahead and pull these off. Put them in a bowl. Onion is done. These are done. You see how they're an even color all the way around? That tells you they're done. That one's done. So we're gonna check our garlic here. Let's open this up. Open up the garlic pouch. Everything looks good. Nice golden brown. The peel around the garlic actually helps protect it from getting burned. So, and it actually kind of helps steam it in the inside to break it down. And these are perfect. So we're gonna put these in a bowl and put them in the blender. We got our vegetables pulled off the grill. If you want, you can do this ahead of time and just let them cool. Or if you're in a hurry, you can just put these in the blender right now. Let's go ahead and put this stuff in the blender. We get our tomatoes. Put all those in there. They might be hot, so be careful. The onion, you can go ahead and cut off the end of the root. Put that in the blender. All your peppers, you can just chop off the end of the little stem. Some of them you may be able just to pull off, just like that. Next, your garlic. The beauty with this is that the peel comes right off real easy. Just put that in there. Next thing we're gonna do is put juice from half a lime. We're gonna add in our cilantro. We're gonna add our salt. Say maybe about a teaspoon. Then after we blend it, we can taste it to see if it needs more. A little bit of pepper. Next we'll do about 1/8 of a teaspoon of comino or cumin. That's all you need. Secret ingredient, we're gonna use some of this smoked paprika. We're gonna do maybe about 1/4 of a teaspoon. All right, next we're gonna put is 1 cup of water. Go ahead and put your lid on the blender. And let's go ahead and blend it. All right, you guys, you can use any kind of blender. I have a Ninja blender. Just put that on top, snap it in. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do before I turn it on. It's gonna be kind of loud. So I'll just put it on low, and then after maybe a few seconds, I'll put it on medium and then high, just to blend it all up. All right, guys, we're done blending. Let's go ahead and take it off. First thing, you just wanna look at your consistency. If it needs more water, if you want it a little bit more watery, then add some more water. If you want it thicker, then just leave it how it is, or add less water in right before you put it on the blender. It's up to you. Looking at this, it's not too bad. I might add a little bit more water, but first I'm gonna taste it. So just get your favorite type of chip so you can taste it and see if it needs any more salt or any other ingredients. All right, guys, I went ahead and tasted it. It just needs a little bit of salt, and I just put a little bit more water. And I also added just a little bit of garlic powder. I love garlic, so if you don't like garlic, then don't add this. If you do, then just add some more cloves in the beginning, maybe 4 or 5 or even 6. But I just put a little bit of this in there for extra flavor. All right, guys, the salsa's done. I did add a little bit more salt. I'll put the final listing of ingredients in the description. That way you'll have the perfect amount. Go ahead and put this in a bowl. All right, guys, for this salsa, y'all can play with the ingredients. If you want more lime, add more lime. If you want more garlic, add more garlic or less garlic. It's up to you. You can play with it. For regular people, I think this would feed about maybe 8 people. But Firehouse guys, they're pretty hungry. They're running all day. They need the energy. So this will probably feed about 4 firefighters throughout the day. And so adjust your ingredients accordingly. If you got 8 people, then just double the ingredients. But if you have extra, you can freeze them. I got bags of these here at home in the freezer. So you can just freeze them. They freeze really well. And then when you're ready to use it, just leave it out on the counter or leave it in some hot water and thaw it out, and you'll be good to go. All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you like what you're seeing, Please hit subscribe and smash that like button. I'll see you on the next one.